Assalamu alaikum students, I hope you all are doing well. Students, we are in unit 5, that is computer programming. In today's lesson we will see that how we can assign an expression to a variable, and further we will also solve some of the programming examples given at the end of this unit. First of all, assign an arithmetic expression to a variable. Remember that expression is any combination of operators and operands is called expression. We call it expression. Any combination of operators and operands, like sum is equal to a plus b, so that will be a valid expression. We know that an arithmetic expression is used to perform arithmetic operations. This value is stored by assigning it to a variable for further use. The assignment operator, we call it equal to. In mathematics we call it equal to, but in programming it is called assignment operator, is used to assign value to a variable. For this purpose, let statement is used, which is also called as assignment statement. Let keyword will be used. A few examples are: let average is equal to sum divided by 4. Now it's an expression that we have assigned to a variable average, and for declaring that variable we use the keyword let. For declaring the average variable, we have to write the let keyword, and for assigning the expression, that is sum divided by 4, we have to use the assignment operator, which we call equal to in mathematics. Here at line number 20, and another example is given: let area is equal to 3.14, the value of pi multiply by r, like pi r square, which is the formula for finding the area of a circle. So this is how we can write it in programming. Let area is the variable, and we are assigning an expression which is the combination of this constant value 3.14, which is the value of pi, and further r square. So here we will be writing r multiplied by r, which is equal to r square. So we are actually assigning this expression to the variable area. Let r is equal to b square minus 4ac. This is called discriminant, which is related to quadratic formula, and we are using it as an expression here. So in programming we have to write it like this. Line 40, it is also a formula for converting the temperature from Fahrenheit to degree Celsius. So we can write it like this: C is equal to 5 divided by 9 enclosed in parentheses. Further we will multiply it with f minus 32. So these are a few examples of expressions which are assigned to variables. The first example is a basic program to find the sum and average of 5 given numbers. We are provided with 5 numbers, and we have to find out the sum and average of these given 5 numbers. For this purpose we are going to write a program. First of all, we will write an input statement to input these 5 different values at runtime. So for this purpose we have to write the input statement. Like here, the first statement is input statement, which is used to input the value of variables at runtime. Enter any 5 numbers, and those numbers will be stored inside variables a, b, c, d, e. 5 numbers and 5 variables. Then we require another variable, that is sum. For declaring any variable, we have to use the keyword let. Let sum is equal to a plus b plus c plus d plus e. and then let average is equal to sum divided by 5, because we are also required to find the average of these 5 values. So first we have to find out the sum, and then we will divide the same sum by the number of values, which are 5, to find out the average. So sum and average are the two variables. Then we are going to print the values of sum and average that we have calculated in the previous statements. So for this purpose we will write the print statement. Print sum is equal to and the value of variable sum. Then print average is equal to and the variable in which the value is stored, that is average, and then we have to write the end keyword. When we run this program, the output will be like this. First of all, the input statement will display this message which says enter any 5 numbers, and we have to input the numbers like this: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and the numbers are going to be stored in the same sequence in which the variables are appeared in the source code or in the program. Like 8 must be stored inside variable D, and 6 will be stored inside C. So they follow the same order or sequence. Then after that, these two statements will be executed. Inside the memory, the value of sum and average is calculated. Then by using the print statement, we are printing the value of sum, which is enclosed inside double quotation mark. Sum is equal to, it will be printed as it is, and the other sum variable sum, its value will be printed, which is 30. If we add up these 5 numbers, it will give us 30, and the average is equal to, it will be printed as it is. Whatever we write inside the double quotation mark, it will be printed as it is, and the value of average, which is calculated here in this statement at line number 12, it will be printed. So the value of average is 6. We can see it in the output. Okay. Second example is a basic program to find the product of 5 given numbers. The same program, it also have 5 given numbers, but here we are finding the product of these 5 numbers instead of finding out the sum and average. We have to use the input statement first of all, which says enter any 5 numbers. A, B, C, D, E are the 5 variables for storing 5 numbers that we input at runtime. Then we are declaring a variable let P for product, and we are multiplying these 5 variables with each other. Then using the print statement, we are displaying the value of product or the value of P, which contains the product of these 5 numbers. So product is equal to P, and writing the end keyword. When we run this program, the output will look like this: enter any 5 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say these are the 5 numbers, and the product will be 120. The third example is a basic program to find either a given number is even or odd. So here we have to check a condition whether the given number is an even number or it's an odd number. It's a conditional program in which we will be using the if then else statement. First of all, we are going to write an input statement to input any number. Then we have to find out the remainder, because we know that the definition of an even number is that whenever any number is divided by 2 and the remainder is 0, it means that it's an even number, and if the remainder is not 0, then obviously it's an odd number. Any number can either be an even number or odd number. So that's why we have to find out the remainder. Let r is equal to n mod 2. We use modulus operator for this purpose. Modulus operator gives us the remainder. We have already studied this operator, so we are actually dividing n by 2, and whatever the remainder, it will be stored inside variable r. So after that we are writing if then else statement. If r is equal to 0, means if the value of r is equal to 0, then print n is an even number. Else means if this condition is not true, then print n is an odd number. So it will evaluate this condition. If the remainder is 0, then it will just print this message, n is an even number. If this condition is false, means the value of r is not equal to 0, so it will just execute the print statement after the else keyword, which is print n is an odd number, and then the program ends. When we run this program, first it will display the message enter any number. This is just because of this input statement. Let's say the number that we are providing here is 5, that is the value of n is 5. So here when we are dividing 5 by 2, then obviously the remainder is 1, so the value of r is 1. And when the condition is evaluated here, if r is equal to 0, so this condition is false because the value of r is 1. 1 is equal to 0, that is false. So the print statement after the then keyword will not be executed, and the print statement after the else keyword is going to be executed in this case because the condition is false. So it will display the message print n is 5, which is printed here in this output 5, and whatever written inside the double quotation mark is printed as it is. 5 is an odd number. So this is how you can find out that whether the given number is an odd number or an even number.
Okay, and now we will demonstrate these programs practically. The first program was to find the sum and average of 5 given numbers. Input 5 numbers. For example, the variables are A, B, C, D, and E. Then we will declare a variable let by using the keyword let sum is equal to A plus B plus C plus D plus E. Boys, it's not necessary to write the variables in capital. Further, we will declare a variable with the name average is equal to sum divided by 5. Now at the end we are going to print the values of sum, and sum is equal to, and variable is sum. Print average is equal to semicolon, and average, and now we will execute this program. Now it is asking me to enter any 5 numbers. Okay, so here let's say the numbers are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. These are the 5 numbers. So when I press the enter key after entering the 5 numbers, the sum is 30 and average is 6. It's very simple. Okay, let me execute this program once again. For example, here we are going to input 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 5, these are 5 numbers and all are the same number, that is 2. It must calculate it, the sum must be 10 and the average must be what? 2. See, sum is 10 and the average is 2, because 10 is divided by 5 and the average will be 2. Now we are going to write the other example program. The second example was to input 5 numbers and to find the product of those 5 given numbers. So here we have to just write let P is equal to A multiply B multiply C multiply D multiply E, and then in the print statement we will print the product of these 5 numbers, semicolon, and the variable which holds the product, and then end. So whenever we run this, let's say the values are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which were given in the example. The product is 120. 1 is multiplied by 2, which will give you 2. 2 is multiplied by 3, which will give you 6. 6 is multiplied by 4, which will give you 24. 24 is multiplied by 5, which will give you 120. So this is how this program is written. The third program, in which we have to find out that whether the number is an even number or odd number. Okay, so enter any number, semicolon, and the variable is n, let's say. Now here first we will have to find the remainder when this n is divided by 2. For remainder we have to declare the variable r is equal to n, then write the mod operator and 2, n mod 2. Okay, give it a space. Now we have to evaluate this by using the if then else statement. If r is equal to 0, as I told you that if the remainder is 0, it means that n is an even number. Then print n semicolon is an even number, else print n semicolon is an odd number, and then write the end. Now we are going to run this program. Let's say the value that I'm going to input, that is 5. We already know that this is an odd number, but now we are checking this program whether it makes a correct decision or not. So I have input 5 and now I will press the enter key and see it shows the message 5 is an odd number, which is a correct answer and a correct input. Okay, let me execute this once again. This time I'm going to input an even number, that is 66, which is equally divided, completely divisible by 2, and the remainder will be 0. Let's see what it says. 66 is an even number. Let me execute this once again. This time it's 73. Of course it is an odd number. 73 is an odd number. So our program is correct and it shows the correct answer and correct output. So this is how these three programs are written in the QB64 IDE, and the outputs are also correct. I hope you have understood the concept of these programs clearly. If you have any confusion, you can ask me in the comments and I will try my best to answer your questions. Thanks a lot. Take care. Allah Hafiz.
Students, if you have any question, you can ask me in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe my channel Computer Tuition Academy. Thanks a lot. Take care. Allah Hafiz.